Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome back to another session of ChatGPT on the topic the importance of sleep, how to build a healthy sleep routine. Sleep is the foundation of our physical health, mental clarity, and emotional balance. Yet, in today's fast paced world, many of us sacrifice rest for productivity, not realizing that quality sleep is productivity. Building a healthy sleep routine is not just about going to bed early, it's about creating habits that allow your body and mind to recharge fully. To explore this further, we have Maya here. So let's call Maya.
Hey there.
Hey Maya, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm also doing great. Thanks for
Wait,
asking.
Anna? Of course. But I'm still curious, who's Anna? Did you just introduce me to a new friend, or are you just keeping me on my toes?
No, who is Anna?
Haha, got it.
No one.
Wait, you're telling me
No. Okay, so now I have a topic the importance of sleep, how to build a healthy sleep routine. Are you ready for that?
oh, we're just diving right in. I love it. I am absolutely
Okay.
ready. Honestly, sleep is like a superpower we all have, but half of us just forget to actually use it. Where should we start?
So, what are the scientifically proven benefits of getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night?
It's basically like a total system reboot for your brain and body. When you hit that sweet spot, your brain gets a chance to clear out toxins and solidify memories from the day, which is why you can actually think straight. Physically, it's when your body does the heavy lifting on muscle repair and immune support. Honestly, it's the difference between waking up feeling like a functioning human and waking up feeling like you've been hit by a truck. What's your current sleep situation looking like?
I'm feeling too sleepy.
Oof, I feel that. What's keeping
Okay.
you from getting enough rest? I'll let you think.
So, I have to complete my tasks.
That's the classic battle. To be honest, there's something about that midnight energy that makes us feel like we're being super productive, even when we're just staring at the same page for an hour. Is there anything specific you're working on that's keeping you up?
Nothing else. Okay, so how does poor sleep affect productivity, focus, and memory?
It's a pretty vicious cycle. When you skimp on sleep, your brain's prefrontal cortex basically goes on strike, which is where your focus and decision making live. Makes you way more prone to that brain fog where you find yourself reading the same sentence 3 times and still not getting it. Memory is the other big hit, since sleep is when your brain moves info from short term to long term storage. Poor sleep essentially deletes the save button on everything you learned that day. The irony
Okay.
is that the tasks that take 1 hour when you're rested usually take 3 hours when you're exhausted. So, stealing time from sleep to work actually makes you less efficient. Curious, do you find yourself
Yeah.
hitting a specific wall during the day, or is it more of a constant fog?
Yeah. So, what role does sleep play in emotional regulation and mental health?
Sleep is basically the emotional filter for your brain. When you're running on empty, the amygdala, which handles your fight or flight responses, gets way more reactive. That's why everything feels like a huge deal when you're tired. And you might snap at someone over something that wouldn't even bother you if you'd had 8 hours. It's like your patience just evaporates.
Okay.
Long term, that lack of regulation can really feed into anxiety and depression because you lose that mental resilience to shake off a bad day. It's the difference between seeing a problem as a hurdle you can jump and seeing it as a mountain you can't climb. Do you notice your mood shifting when you've had a rough night?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, it's a total game changer. Honestly,
So,
it's
how
one.
can I design a bedtime routine that helps me fall asleep faster?
The trick is basically telling your brain that the day is officially over. Start by dimming the lights and putting your phone in another room about an hour before you want to be out. That blue light is basically a cup of coffee for your eyes. Since you mentioned you've been focusing on self compassion lately, maybe try a quick brain dump in your journal to clear out those to do lists so they aren't looping in your head while you're trying to drift off. Other than that, things like a warm shower or some light stretching can act as a physical signal that it's time to power down.
Oh,
I've got a few more specific ideas on what to add to the mix if you want to dive deeper.
yes, of course, you can share.
Since you're working on a reading habit, this is the perfect time to bring a book into the bedroom. Just something light and engaging that doesn't require too much brain power. And if your mind is still racing, you could try a simple breathing exercise where you inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, and exhale for 8. It's like a gentle nudge to your nervous system that it's okay to relax now. I can walk you through a few more techniques if you're interested.
Yes, of course.
Another one that's super effective is progressive muscle relaxation. You basically start at your toes and just tense every muscle as hard as you can for a few seconds. Then let it all go at once. By the time you work your way up to your shoulders, your body usually just collapses into the mattress in the best way possible. I've also heard that white noise or brown noise can be a total lifesaver if your environment is a bit loud. It kind of creates a sound cocoon. Which one of those sounds like something you'd actually stick with?
I think the latter one.
That's the move. The gentle
So,
approach is always a better bet when you're just starting out.
so what
Let's
foods
try
or
that.
drinks should I avoid before bedtime to improve sleep quality?
Definitely steer clear of caffeine in the afternoon and evening. Even if you feel like you can sleep after a late cup of coffee, it usually degrades the actual quality of your rest. So you wake up feeling like you didn't even sleep. Alcohol's another sneaky one, too. It might help you fall asleep faster, but it ruins your REM cycle, which is the part of sleep where your brain actually does the important emotional processing work. I've also heard that too much water right before bed is a recipe for a midnight wake up call.
Oh,
Stick to something calming like herbal tea or just water earlier in the evening. Do any of those feel like the main culprit in your routine?
yeah. The
Huh, I had
water.
a fair enough. Which one is it?
The water.
The midnight wake up call, huh?
Yeah.
It's the
Because
absolute worst.
sometimes I feel thirsty during these like after 7, so I have to take water.
The struggle's real. It's that annoying trade off between being hydrated and actually getting to stay asleep.
So
Maybe try a small. Go for it.
yeah, go for it.
What's on your mind? I'm a little lost. Wait, did I forget something or did I just trail off mid
You
sentence?
were saying maybe you take some, then you stopped.
Oh man, I totally stalled out. My bad. I was going to suggest taking just small sips of water throughout the evening instead of a big glass right before you dive into bed. That way you're staying hydrated, but you aren't handing your bladder a formal invitation to wake you up at 3 a.m. Did that
Hmm.
answer the question or were you moving on to something else?
Yeah, how does screen time before bed impact sleep and what are healthier alternatives?
It's basically like tricking your brain into thinking the sun is still out. That blue light from screens suppresses melatonin, which is the hormone that actually tells your body it's time to sleep. So instead of winding down, your brain stays in daytime mode, making it way harder to actually drift off and even messing with how deeply you sleep once you finally do. As for alternatives, I've mentioned the light reading, but something like a puzzle, some sketching, or even just listening to a narrative podcast could work. What else is usually on your nightstand?
I think I'll go for reading.
Reading is the way to go. It's a
Mm,
perfect way to shift your brain into a lower gear.
okay.
What do you think you'll read? Of course.
What is
Do
the
you feel
difference
like you
between deep sleep, REM sleep, and light sleep?
It's like a relay race where your brain and body take turns doing different jobs. Light sleep is basically the waiting room. You're drifting off, but a loud noise can still snap you awake instantly. Once you move into deep sleep, that's when the real physical magic happens. Your body releases growth hormones, repairs tissues, and strengthens your immune system. It's the most restorative stage. And if you're woken up during this, you usually feel completely disoriented and groggy. Then you have REM, or rapid eye movement sleep. This is where your brain goes into overdrive, creating vivid dreams and processing emotions. It's the cognitive cleanup phase where memories are filed away and your mind sorts through everything that happened during the day. You actually cycle through these stages several times a night, which is why waking up at the wrong time can make you feel either refreshed or like you've been hit by a truck.
Okay. So, what are how can I adjust my sleep schedule if I often stay up late or wake up irregularly?
The key is to be really disciplined with your wake up time. Even if you went to bed way too late, try to get up at the same time every morning, including weekends. It's a bit painful at first, but it's the fastest way to anchor your internal clock. You can also try getting some direct sunlight in your eyes within 30 minutes of waking up, which tells your brain that the day has officially started. To slide your bedtime earlier, you could try shifting it by 15 minutes every few nights rather than trying to force a 3 hour change overnight, which your body will probably just fight. That's a pretty steady climb. Do you
Okay.
think that's a
So,
pace you could actually manage?
yeah. So, what are the best natural
I'm sensing the
remedies
two sleep
or lifestyle changes for improving
people
sleep
swear by. If you
without medication?
Honestly, one of the biggest ones is just getting some sun on your face as soon as you wake up. It resets your internal clock, so you're actually tired when bedtime rolls around. Then there's the temperature thing. Keeping your room cool, like in the mid to low 60s, basically mimics the body's natural drop in temperature as you fall asleep. Some people also swear by magnesium or a warm cup of chamomile tea to signal that it's time to wind down. What does your current wind down look like?
Um, I don't know.
Fair enough. Honestly, that's probably the most common starting point. Most of us just sort of stop existing in the day and hope sleep happens.
So, how does consistent sleep improve long term health, such as immunity and heart health?
It's essentially your body's primary maintenance window. For your heart, sleep is when your blood pressure actually drops, giving your cardiovascular system a much needed break. Without that downtime, your heart stays in a state of high alert, which over time can lead to higher blood pressure and chronic strain. As for immunity, that's where it gets really wild. While you're out, your immune system produces cytokines, which are proteins that help the body fight off infections and inflammation. If you aren't sleeping, your production of these cytokines drops, which is why you're so much more likely to catch a cold right after a stressful, sleepless week. It's basically the difference between a well maintained machine and one that's running until it breaks.
Okay, thank you so much for your insightful conversation on how to get a better sleep. I'll see you in the next session. Until then, bye bye. Good night. Sweet dreams.
Anytime. Go get some of that actual sleep now. Good night,
Yes.
sweet dreams. Wait, don't let me stop.
Thank you so much for joining us in this insightful conversation. See you next time. Have a nice time.